Now we will see how to use list control in our SAP UI5 application, and we will do in both views, JS view, JavaScript view and XML view. So first look for JavaScript view. What I will do, I will project one template, then next, and give project name as list Java view, and here I will change this view tab as JavaScript, and let me finish this. So we have one folder created like list Java view, and there is one web app folder inside that folder, and this web app folder contains controller folder, CSS folder, IET9 international, that is for internationalization, and one model folder and one view folder. Let's look at what these folder contains. So this controller folder contains one file, that is view1.controller.js. It will remain same for XML view also. There is no difference, there will be no difference. And let's go to view folder. Here is JavaScript view has been created by default by the template from the web IT. So here we see there are two functions defined, that is get controller name, it returns the controller name, and the another is create content function. So here we will do all these things. So let's start creating the Java our list control, how we can use this. For this purpose, what we will do, first we define one JSON data. So for that, what I will do, let's say where data is equal to, let's create array of objects. As for that, what we will do, let's name it as names, and after that let's define one array, and in this array we will get our object, data object. So let's create data object for this. What we'll do, list name, and as like John, and language, let's see C. We will copy the same, what I will do, let's name it as Michael, and the for language will write C++, anything we can do here, but let's say Camille, and here we can give a Java. Again we will create one, here we say Arnold, default, and let's say the language as Ruby. And extra is there. So our data JSON data object is created. Now what I have to do, we have to create one model. So for model, what we need to do, here is some error. No error, it is saying that we have created the OData object but we have not used it. No issue, we will use it, but first we have to create one model object. So what we have to do, let's define where new model is equal to what I'll do, we'll use a new constructor, that is SAP UI model JSON dot JSON model and in this model we will initialize with the data defined here, which is OData. And so yes, now what we have to do, actually we intended to create a list control in our application. So for the list control, let's go to the SAP UI5 SDK and we will explore the list control. The list control is SAP list. Let's see, here we will find all the details of this control. Here this is the constructor, how we can create new sap.m.list, which we have used in our code. This is the constructor through which we are going to create this list. So this is the constructor, and what is the aggregation, what it will contain. The aggregations are there are different aggregations like context menu, custom data, dependents, and info toolbar. Items is default, so it is a SAP list base and no data, swipe control. And what are the properties? Properties are background design, and there are many things blocked and busy indicator, enable build group IDs, footer text, growing direction, going to header design, header level, header text. We will use this header text property in our code. So now create the list. For this, and we have to use the constructor. What is the constructor? That is new sap.m.list. So similarly we will do this, new sap.m.list, and sid id we did not use this. And for one more thing, what we will do, let me just complete this statement, and we will use one property, and that property will pass in to an object. So for this, what we will do, we have seen the header text property was there, and we will use it. So header text, and let's give this as programming language. Okay, Now it is completed. And what we need to do also, we have to set the model on the list so that the list can access those data. For that purpose, how we will do that? We'll write one code list dot set model, and what is our model name? Our model name is new model. We have done this. Now what we have created the list, we have created the model, we have created the data, and now for the item aggregation, I have shown you there is one item aggregation. Let me show you again to layout that item. This is default, and it will be of type sap.m.list_item base. Basically, any type of control you can give there. So what I intend to use, we will use the standard list item. So let's go to the code, our code, and there are methods also. What are the methods? Let's see. We have go to sap.m.list. What are the methods available here? These are the methods available with SAP m.list. Background design, list, get metadata, set background design. Many things are there. You can scroll yourself and see what are the properties available, what are the methods available. Everything is there. Now we will use one method for binding the default item aggregation. So that there is one method which we can use, like list dot bind items, and for the let me close this. And for the binding info property, what we can do, we will pass an object like, so what we, for object we open the braces, curly braces, and then first we have to give path. Path means where our data resides. So path is, we will use the absolute path, so it is always double quote, and for absolute path it should start with / and whatever the root element names, so we will give here as names. So this is our path. And what will be the item? So as we decided, we will use a standard list item, so that will provide as a template property. So template, and the template will be so I should one call actually. So now what I have to do, what we have done right now, we have defined our data, and then we defined our model, and we defined our list, and then we are defining our method to bind the items. So for now we have given one path, and now we will define the template. So as we have decided to use a standard list item, so for that purpose what we need to do, we'll use the constructor sap dot m dot standard list item, and SID not required, and for the setting purpose again, but let me first close it, and there we have to provide object, not we have to provide the object. And for that purpose what we'll do, we will use two property of a standard list item. Let's export first the standard list item, a standard list item. So what are the properties available here? We'll check active icon, adapt title size, description, icon sheet info, anything other. We'll use this title, and we will use, and anything we can use, we can use the info also, we can use this description. So we'll use title and the there is description. So the title will be, let's give the title, and it will be as open the double quote this, and here we will give over the property, what are the property, name and language. So here we will give the name, and the another property what we going to use is description. For this a double quote and this, and here we'll give language. So what will give now, let's save it. So we have created the list, we have created the items, we have created the model, we have created data. Now what is needed to use, these codes already defined by the web ID for us. When you choose the JS view, then these code were automatically populated. So now in this content attribute we will place our list that we have created right now. Let's save this, and now we will run this application. See, we have got the data as a standard list. Now we will do the same thing with XML view. Right now we have exported the JS view. Now we will do the same thing with XML view, so that we can tell the difference between these two. For me, JavaScript view provides you the much opportunity to play with the controls. Basically, if even a art of dynamicism is available is to be used in your view rendering, then I personally prefer JavaScript view. But SAP generally ships all their application with XML view, and for dynamicism what they do, they use the controller part, and they once remove the control, then again adds the control as per case to case basis. Now for the XML view what we'll do, we'll do the same thing. New project from template, SAP UF application. Here let's name it as list XML view, and we will keep it as it is, view tab XML and view one. Let's finish this, and one folder has been created. Here we have one web app folder, again the controller file. This controller file is similar as this controller file. You can see that there is no difference, these two are same. right? And but the view part, if we check this is the XML view. So now what we have to do, again let's see the difference. What we have done in our JS view, we created data, we have created model, we set the model on the list, we have created the list and bind those items. The same thing we have to done here, but the method we will do will be different. So as we intend to use the list control, so what we have to do, we have to write list, list, and let's give id as id list, and there in the JS view we used one header text property. Similarly we will use the header text property here also. Why I have used this id property here but not in JS view, I will tell you. But right now let's use the header text property, header text header text as same. We'll add this programming language, and let's close it for now. And in the list we have defined standard list item in the bind item methods. Here also we have to use the standard list item. How will you use it? Simple, very simple. We will open the tag and write as a standard list item, and for now just leave it like this only. See what this is again. It is here. Please use the correct code node name. What is the issue? Issue is the node name should start with caps letter. This is the issue. Now save it. Now we'll go to our controller file, and here we will create the same our data, our model and everything, and we will bind our data to our list. So let's check how we'll do this. So first we define one onInit method function, and in this onInit function let's copy code from the earlier created data, so that we need not to write again all these things. First we copy this code of data, and this model we will also use, and nothing else. First we will use this data, right? And then once we created our data and our model, then what you have to use. Now if we go to our JavaScript view, then after creation the model we created the list. That list is already created through declarative approach in our XML view through this tag, and then we bound our data to the list. So here we use this method olist.setModel as new model. Similar way, as we have not created list here in our view XML, it has been created through declarative approach. So how we will access the list? For that purpose, this ID property here, it will be used. So how we will use this ID property? So for that purpose, we will declare where list this dot, there is a method by ID, and here we will give the ID of the list which we have given in our XML view. So now we have created the list, we have accessed the list that is declared in our XML view, and now we will set our data list dot set model and our model name is new model. So we created the data, then we created one model, and then we accessed the list through this statement, and then we set our data to that list. We could have set the data on view also, and the list will automatically inherit all those data, but we are choosing this path. Now we have set in our own init method of the controller. For accessing these data in our list in view, we need to define the aggregation. So we will go again, we will change this aggregation part. What we will do, so there is item aggregation, items aggregation level for the list control, and for items open the double quote, and into that double quote we have to give the path. So open the curly brace and we will give path as same way. We will give the path as absolute reference will be their names, right? Now in the standard list item we have to give the attribute so that we can access the data assigned to this aggregation. So for that purpose what we will do, we will use those two properties, title and description, as we have used in JS view. Title, again double quote, we will open the curly brace, and it will be a relative binding. So we will directly write the name as name only. There will be no slashes here, and other property will be description. And it will be language. So it is showing me error. Let's see what is showing. So this is giving me error, and the error, let's check the error. What is this is saying elements close character, this and this must be connected to, and it is connected. Then where is the error? Yeah, this is the error. It should be single quote. In between the double quotes, it should be single quote. It should be single quote. Now the error has gone. So we have done everything. Let's run this code. Application. See, so we have observed the same output. This is through list XML view, and if we execute our Java view, so we'll get the same output. And let's see, this is the list Java view and this is the list XML view. We have obtained the same output. So